Liebelt. Come on in, you guys. Grab your coffee, grab your tea. Come on in, have a seat. Just take a minute for you. That's what we do every day at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, unless it's a holiday or I'm on out of town because I do a lot of business stuff. So, but that's what we do every day. We talk about insulin resistance. And if you have zero idea who I am, highly likely, my name is Kirsten Liebelt. How you doing? I'm from Minnesota. And I'm born and raised, spent my whole life here, except for 8 years in the 90s. We were in the Black Hills of South Dakota. And I was raised in an Italian family with a 100% Italian dad who died at 63 from type 2 diabetes. And my insulin resistance started very young. I mean, I always talk about we have a group. I don't know if you know this. We have a group. It's called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And when we do our challenges every single month, I talk about how my mother, she was trained as a home ec teacher. She got her degree in a home ec degree. And during this season of her life raising children, she had been taught that ice cream was a really good source of calcium. And so being the very wanting to do good mother, we always had those big honking containers of those plastic containers of ice cream in our freezer at all times. I mean, it was almost like if you chose to have, a vitamin in your cabinet because you believed that was really good for your growth. We had ice cream. I'm just saying there were clues. Okay, so then I was gestational diabetic with my first baby when I was 22, and then I was hypoglycemic with my second baby when I was 25. And the rest is history. And I did nothing about my insulin resistance until I was almost 50 years old. So there's hope for you. You should know that there's hope for you. Today, what I want to do is I want to talk about nobody told me this about insulin. And we're going to kind of start a little bit of a series, so to speak, about what they're not telling you about insulin. And this is why then when you are trying to deal with your fat gain and your belly fat and all of the things, and you're putting all these Band-Aids on you, why they're not working, because you're not getting to the root cause. And I am a root cause girly. That's what I am. Megda, good morning. How are you doing, Megda? I would love to know. I need to reach out to you. I would love to know how your journey is. Have you seen any more weight loss now? You've had such a great last year, but I know you still have more goals. So I would love to know. Peggy, good morning. Patty, good morning. Oh my goodness. Everybody's here. How exciting. Okay. So let's just dive in this morning and chat about this. You may or may not understand how all of this visceral fat gets put into your body. How does this happen where you get the belly fat going, but you also have, it's just around your organs, you guys, and it's the dangerous fat, right? But I want to tell you maybe something about insulin that maybe you just didn't know before, okay? So insulin's job, let's just do some basic 101 first. Insulin is like a key that unlocks your cells to sugar. It needs to do that, right? Because you need the energy. So in this case, Design Dream Sock. Kirsten, thank you so much for all of this valuable information. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for jumping on and being your own advocate, because if you weren't here, I would have nobody to talk to and I would just talk to myself. So thank you. You're very sweet. I love that. I'm going to screenshot that because that's very sweet. I appreciate that very, very much. But so insulin is a key to your cell, and you're it's trying to unlock your cell so that it can get the energy, which is the sugar. In this case, the sugar is not a bad thing. Everything you eat turns into glucose, right? So that it can be used for energy. But when you've had too much insulin circulating for too long from sugar, listen to the list, you guys now. Don't allow yourself to only hear what you've heard before a million times before, right? Sugar, stress, snacking, poor sleep, all of these things raise your insulin, and insulin is a hormone. And your cells start to say, that's enough. That's enough, pig. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Does anybody know what bonus points if you know what movie that comes from? My husband quoted it this last weekend because we've quoted it throughout our marriage. I'm actually, we've been married 38 years. So that'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay. Bonus points if you know what movie that's from. Okay. Anyway, so your cell says we've had enough. The receptors on the cell stop responding well, like they're just done, right? That's what insulin resistance is. So now your blood sugar stays higher. Your pancreas sends out more insulin, trying to force that sugar into the cell, but the cell is not opening up. It's not opening up. Insulin is a fat storing hormone. So it looks for other places to stash the excess energy. The first stop is, that's right, she got it right. The first stop is the liver. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, we're going to go into that in just a second. Babe, she got it. She got it. New York design. You're awesome. I wonder if anybody else got it over here. I didn't see anybody. Good morning. You didn't realize you'd be live yesterday. It was a holiday. Oh, Geraldine. Are you from Canada, Geraldine? Tell me, are you from Canada? Or what holiday was it here in the States? It's funny. Somebody reached out to me today and she's like, I think that you did this and this in your stories this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh. I also said that the webinar was on Friday and it was actually on Saturday. So, there are just things in my world that are not perfect. Yes, I know. You got it. You're the winner, man. That's so funny. So the movie is called Babe. If you've never seen it, it's an animated movie. It's really darling. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay. It was Columbus. Oh, Geraldine. Oh, was it really? I should have paid attention to that. I was so wanting to get, I was on it in my brain to get all of my mail to the mailbox so that I could go out to all of you new customers. I send you a note and a sample. Everyone that's a new customer, make sure you register with your name. Otherwise, I can't do that. From Missouri. Okay, Geraldine. Oh, good. That's so awesome. I love Indigenous Peoples Day. That's fantastic. I just didn't even remember or know. That's crazy. We go through Missouri quite a bit, for different reasons. Sometimes we have business conferences down there. My children lived in Missouri for a while, Kansas City. When I go to Dallas, if we drive, all those good things. So Missouri is right on my list. Okay, so everything goes through your liver. So now let's back up and let's get really going on that kind of piece, because most people hear about insulin resistance. You guys, once you're diabetic, this is just criminal. This is so dumb. It's okay for us to say, this is dumb. Why are you doing that to us? The truth is that insulin resistance is building quietly for a good, solid freaking decade. More probably for me, for sure. A solid decade before that happens. It shows up everywhere, you guys. It's already showing up in your skin, your mood, your sleep, your belly, long before your doctor ever says the words diabetes. Long before you are insulin resistant. Oh, your A1C is 5.5 and fasting insulin is 6.2. So your insulin is elevated, but your A1C is very good. So you are in a perfect position to do yourself some good. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So here we go. Insulin resistance starts long before diabetes. Your fasting glucose can look normal. See, she's talking about how it can look normal, but insulin is high already. High insulin equals no fat burning for you. No fat burning for you. Okay, if you can name the TV show that No Soup for You comes from. What in the world is going on today? All of a sudden, these things are coming to my head. Tell me what show that comes from. So no fat burning for you if your insulin is high. So your fasting glucose, they're like, you're good. You're good. Oh, your labs are fine. They're fine. And then all of a sudden they go, oh, shoot, you're pre-diabetic. You should probably take this script. But they could have found out 10 years before. Why aren't they doing that? Why aren't they doing that? So high insulin means that your fat burning switch is turned off. When the liver can't store more sugar, so your liver is the first organ that becomes insulin resistant. Seinfeld. You are on it. You're like my people. She knows it's Seinfeld. I love that. Yes, Seinfeld. Um, your liver is the first organ to become insulin resistant. Why do you think every single day, like a broken record, I talk to you about your liver, your gut, and your insulin? Your liver, your gut, and your insulin, because this is how you actually position your body to burn fat again. This is how you actually fix what got you into the pickle to begin with. So you don't walk around going, God, I wonder if I'm just supposed to be fat. Maybe I'll always be a size 18. I just think that, like, whatever. I'm just getting old and my metabolism is creeping up. I've been thin all my life. And now I went from and I'm making this up because this was not me. This is not my scenario. I went from a size 8. Now I'm like a 16. Oh, well, no. This has nothing to do with age. This has nothing to do with any of that BS that they tell you about. Like, well, it is what it is. No. Get your liver to function so you can burn fat, bring down your insulin so you can burn fat, get your gut recalibrated so that you can actually absorb the nutrients and keep your body functioning. Like, your body can't function if it doesn't get the nutrients, and insulin resistance is creating leaky gut. You have to support the healing and the sealing of your gut. This is everything that I talk about every single day. You started the total body reset today. You're looking forward to feeling better. I'm so excited for you. I am so, so, so excited for you. And I want you to keep connected with me and tell me how you're feeling. And if you have questions, you always ask questions for sure. And I'm trying to think now. Okay. Yep. So hold on. I'm looking at your handle on Instagram. Are you Susan? Okay. Cause I get to know you guys anyway. Okay. So your liver is the first organ to become insulin resistant. When the liver cannot store any more sugar, your liver says, I'm done. It starts turning it into fat. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. I appreciate you very, very much. All those hearts. Thank you so much. Double tapping that screen. That's how you're ending up with so much bloat. Like, your energy is totally in the toilet. Susan, yes, I'm from New York. I love it. I just collect people from New York, Florida, and Canada. It's really kind of cool. Anyway, and your liver being that first organ, then let's reverse the liver situation. Let's turn that back around. And remember, not according to me, because I'm not a doctor, but according to Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Eric Berg, Maria Emmerich, I mean, you name it, Dr. Kiltz, fatty liver is 100% reversible until it's not. You don't want to get to the point of cirrhosis, then it's scarring, right? So when the liver can't store more sugar, it starts turning it into fat, belly fat, bloat. Your energy is like, oh, your liver's like sluggish, and your fat burning switch is turned off. So your insulin was high, probably a decade before your doctor said anything about diabetes. Fat burning switch turned off. Your liver is sluggish, fat burning switch turned off. Let's fix those two things, and let's get your body, like your engine, revving back up again so that you can actually make a difference, right? So it's not just food though. Remember, this is where you have to really listen for just a second, because I know we've only been told carbs, carbs, carbs. That does play a role. It does 100%. However, when you're trying to layer and tweak what's happening in your body, you have to think stress, poor sleep, inflammatory foods. These things all raise your insulin as well. So you might have high cortisol and you're like, and that's kind of me. I kind of run on that higher side. So that's why, I take the ashwagandha out of the line and I use that. And Deborah said to me, Kirsten, remember when you go live to tell people that if you are on thyroid meds, don't be taking ashwagandha. So I'm going to say that to you right now. But my ashwagandha and my magnesium duo are amazing for my sleep. But that ashwagandha is helping with that cortisol, because any kind of the raise and the spike in your cortisol is a raise and a spike in your sugars. And so then you're wondering why, well, I'm eating clean. Everything's good. I'm eating clean. Why am I still struggling? Why do I still have to tweak more? And it might be just a cortisol cycle, right? Okay. But this is why so many women in perimenopause feel stuck. You just feel stuck even when you're eating clean. And it's because you haven't dealt with the core issue. You haven't gone deep enough yet. You haven't done root cause conversation. So this is how it shows up. Let's just talk about that, what it looks like to you. Barb, good morning. Terry, Marilyn, another New Yorker is in the house. You guys are awesome. So Magda says my voice is stuck. Is that happening for anybody else? Luana got it right, Seinfeld. Way to go, Luana. Joan, you guys are awesome. You're my people. Yes, the doctor will say that you are insulin resistant, but don't tell you how to treat it. Maddening. Yeah. Joan, good morning. You guys are awesome. Let me know if my voice is weird on Facebook. But otherwise, it might be your Wi-Fi, Magda. You never know. Can you explain why you should not take ashwagandha with thyroid issues? I can. Okay, hold on just a second. Uno momento, por favor. Thank you so much on TikTok. I appreciate you more than you even know. TikTok is a very strange little place. And so if you don't have somebody like you that's willing to just double tap the screen, the information doesn't get out. So all right, let's pause this for just a second because I do want to answer this. So Magda says my voice is frozen on Facebook, so you jumped into Instagram. Okay, Magda, I'm so glad that you jumped over. It can interact with how your medication is absorbed. Ashwagandha may slightly alter thyroid hormone metabolism or absorption, making your prescription dose act stronger than expected. Because ashwagandha can stimulate the immune system, some people with Hashimoto's notice it triggers flares or worsens inflammation, though not everyone reacts this way. So just so that people are kind of aware, because it's an adaptogenic herb. So it's actually helping your body adapt to stress, and it's working on your adrenals and doing different things. So you just need to know that stuff. It's not bad at all. It's just powerful. And especially, the one that I take that you guys are probably taking, right? From my line, it is USDA certified organic. It's very potent and the efficacy is very high, but they don't overdo the dosing, right? Because you don't want that. More isn't always better. Bigger isn't better. Like if you're in Texas, just saying, but you do have to be kind of careful. So you want to make sure, and especially adaptogenic herbs, if anybody's on a blood thinner, you've got to be super careful with what you're taking on blood thinners. I do feel like people that are on blood thinners know that better though. Kathy, good. Thank you. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Luana. Okay, so it might have just been your Wi-Fi, Magda, or your Facebook or something. Okay, perfect. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate you so much. All right, so let's just kind of move on then with that conversation about the liver. So this is how it shows up in your body. You can't stay asleep or you are awake around 2 a.m. Your liver and your insulin are out of sync. Okay, that's what that can be. I did, Cheryl. I just was saying that if you are on blood thinners, you have to be careful about what herbs you're taking. How do you fix the liver, gut, and the insulin resistance? Bryn, thank you for asking. I will actually, what I do is at the end of my mornings, I do this every morning at 11 a.m., by the way. So if you have to scoot, you can come back tomorrow and I'll be here again. But I do talk about the total body reset, and that is liver, gut, and insulin all at the same time. But then I also teach food. So I will go through the total body reset here in 2 seconds. Oh, good. I'm so glad. that helps you, that information helps you. Okay, now somebody else is having sound issues. This is crazy pants. Okay, very good, Cheryl. Very good. So if you can't stay asleep or you're awake around 2 a.m., your liver and insulin could be out of sync. If your weight around the middle won't move, your belly fat, this is usually a visceral fat liver conversation, right? If you've got mood swings or you have fatigue, skin tags, thinning hair, these are all pieces. Maybe you have normal labs, but you still don't feel normal. Many of you say that to me. I can tell something's not right. I can tell I'm not functioning at a very high level. That's what I do hear from you guys. But it's not just aging, it's insulin running the show behind the scenes. This is why this is so dang frustrating, because why don't you talk to us about our hormone insulin? We are women. We should be talked to about our hormones all day, every day, because they're all in cahoots with each other. I shouldn't say it that way. That makes it sound negative, but they're all in connection with each other. Cortisol, insulin, GLP-1, they're all hormones, and they're all, when they are not running well, what happens then is we get all this weight gain and we just blame it on ourselves for being lack of discipline, or this is just what happens. We get older and there you go. It's like, no, we actually can change and go from insulin resistant to insulin sensitive. We actually can do that. So these are some of the things that you actually can do. Here are some things you can do that have nothing to do with any of the supplementation that I'll talk to you about. You can eat to calm your insulin. Thank you so much, Bonnie. Thank you. Thank you. Your daughter is not diabetic, possible seizure from blood sugar spikes, crash, only eating 5 foods. Wow. That is a journey. You're welcome, Bren. That is a journey. Dang. I'm so sorry. That's very challenging. But number one, eat to calm your insulin. Okay. So your hormone insulin, this is what's high, and it's high for like a good solid decade before it shows up in your blood sugars. So you've got your hormone insulin that's high, and you need to calm it. And this is why I teach like all of the protein, sugar-free, grain-free, legume-free, because you have to stop what got you into the pickle to begin with. I have a free protein blueprint. I talk to you guys about that all the time. It's on my site. Here, I'll show you. This is my site. Wow, look at the lighting on that. Can't even see that Instagram. There we go. That was weird. That was really weird. So this is my site. There's a free protein blueprint on here, okay? This was supposed to be like right there where that blue is. That was supposed to be there. I have to change that. But there you go, okay? So go there. You can get a free protein blueprint. Eating really good protein that does not spike your sugar, not protein that comes from grain, not protein that comes from legumes, protein from meat and eggs that barely just smidges your insulin. Just a little bit, not oatmeal. To the moon. Now you've got insulin, woohoo, to deal with all of the spike of the oatmeal. I mean, it's just, when you're insulin resistant, the game just changes a little bit, okay? And I understand we've been marketed to and it gets confusing. I get it. But number one, calm your insulin. Eat food that calms your insulin. This morning I had a chicken sausage and 3 eggs. And my insulin, my sugar spike over the next 2 hours, because that's what it is. It's over the next 2 hours. That's why when any of you that are wearing a continuous glucose monitor, it's measuring over the next couple of hours after you eat. And my sugar now will go, boop. That's all. And my insulin will go, boop. That's it. Because it's eggs and chicken. So yes, I get energy from it. I just don't get so much of a spike that I have to have insulin to take care of the spike. That's what I don't have to do. Number 2, support your liver. Liver. I say this every day. So, and I'll show you that in the total body reset here in just 2 seconds. Repair your gut. Get your insulin resistant leaky gut under freaking control. It causes all sorts of little holes inside of your gut, and you're leaching nutrients and toxins into your bloodstream. You need to stop that, right? And then you have to manage your stress. And I know this is a tough one, but if you focus on it between now and even, let's just say, January 1st, I'm going to get my sleep under control. I'm going to make sure that I'm either choosing a different reaction to the life that I'm living, or I get rid of things that are causing stress in my life. I'm actually going to pay attention. And that might mean getting off the news, might mean stop scrolling so much. It might mean getting into a book or something different. You got to do things that are different, right? Going for a walk is huge. Like it can, de-stress you. I talked to my chiropractor yesterday. He runs marathons, and he's like, it just is a decompression time for me. It's just me. All I can do is run. And that just feels good, right? So it's just you have to find out what it is for you, but you have to manage your stress, breathing, walking, quiet time after meals, fix your sleep, all of those things, because when your insulin comes down, your body finally feels safe. Now listen to this sentence. Finally feels safe to release fat again. Are you looking for fat loss or are you looking for weight loss? Weight loss could be water weight, impacted waist, inflammation. Fat loss is fat. Which one are you actually looking for? Are you looking only for the scale to move, or are you looking for your body to change composition and change sizes, change inches? Because fat from the inside, fat from the inside out was actually being lost, like this. Which one are you interested in, right? So this is why you got to get your insulin under control. You've got to get your liver functioning at a higher level so that you can get the results that you are looking for. So when I talk very specifically, both Patty says, yep. Jackie says, hey, Kirsten, I have referred back to the protein blueprint to reach my protein goal. Woohoo! Yes, I love that so much. Thank you, Kathy. Yes. Okay. Good. Yep. Very good. I love that so much. That's why I put that together. Maybe that can help people reach your protein goal, because I'm telling you what, you start focusing on protein that doesn't spike your sugars and you are full, you are satiated, your blood sugars are humming. And then pretty soon, like, you start feeling better in your mood. You feel like your energy is a little more like normal. It's a very, very cool. Oh my gosh, you guys are having such an amazing conversation and you are like so loving on each other. I love this so much. Endometrial cancer at 23, total hysterectomy at 25. I'm in surgical menopause and you have a brain tumor. God bless you. Still no one talks to me about how to fix your hormones. Oh, my stars, Bren. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And see, I'm not a doctor, so I can't, I just am just your friend. I had to figure this out for myself. And it's like, it's why, like, if you as a group of women join in and you become your own advocates and you just recognize, don't get me wrong. I'm frustrated too that the system is as dumb as it is, that they've siloed us and they don't give us, like, this is such a simple conversation. The C word is not a simple conversation, right? Insulin resistance is. That's why I'm grateful every day that what I'm dealing with is something that is a streamlined thought process. I can change that. I don't have to have a team of docs, right, Bren? It's different. So it's like crazy. Oh, sending you healing prayers. You guys are so good to each other. Thanks. You have both cancer and brain tumors, hormone fed. But doctor doesn't tell me how to fix hormones. Fat loss, yes. Doctor has a benign one on the pituitary gland, trying to find answers for her too. You appreciate talking about it. It has been so hard to find answers. I know. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry we're all in this predicament. And I will tell you before I go, I'll do the total body reset right now. I live in Minnesota, home of the land of the Mayo Clinic. It should be freaking amazing up here, right? Like, whoa, not at all. Like, my brother, so in 2018, my brother had a stroke. He had a quadruple bypass. No, he had a heart attack. Quadruple bypass surgery, had a stroke on the table. He was not a healthy person physically. Okay, so it was a 2-year journey, and then he passed at 60. So, but he wasn't healthy to begin with. But in those 2 years, following him around, the medical system, even here in Minnesota, was like, what? What's going on? I thought this was Minnesota. I thought we were like really amazing. And it wasn't at all. I was just shocked. I spent 2 years going, what? And it took a village to follow him around and he touched every part of the medical system, emergency rooms and ICUs and nursing homes and group homes and LTACs and you name it. He did it all in his 2 years. And I was just like, I left that situation in 2020 and I went, this is not okay. He died right as the pandemic started, had nothing to do with Rona. He didn't have it. Right at the beginning of April of that year. And I just like, I was fresh off of our medical system is crazy and not very helpful, probably very understaffed, underpaid. I don't know, right? A lot of different reasons for the whole thing. But for us, the issue is that everything is siloed. And so you have to go to this doctor to get this answer, and then they'll give you a script. And then you go to this doctor to get this answer, and then they give you a script, and then you go to this doctor. And I want to end that. I ended it for me. I do not participate. I just do not participate in that thought process at all. I'm completely on the other side. And I want other women to have that thought process too. So I'm going to talk to you about liver, gut, and insulin. Liver, gut, and insulin. And this is how you're going to get your body to actually go back into fat burning mode again. So when I teach food, I teach grain-free, sugar-free, legume-free. I do it mainly in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. You do have to give your email to get in there. We do a 5-day challenge that's free every single month. We're doing our 30th one next month. Our 30th one. That's amazing. I should probably have a prize or something for that. Anyway, and then on here, I talked to you about supplementation. And I actually even did like a little bit of an expanded supplementation webinar last weekend that a lot of you participated in. But anyway, so I started, and I have to be careful. I apologize, TikTok, because I can't really show you stuff because they'll flag me for it. So I apologize. So I'll show it to you quickly, and then I have to move over to my other platforms. And it's just a TikTok thing. They don't want me. I don't know. They just flag you for stuff. So I started a little over 10 years ago as a 2X in size. That's where I was. And I basically started supplementing because I just didn't think I could trade out my foods. I'm Italian. And I was very attached to food. I mean, I still deal with fallout from that all the time, right? Like, because we eat when we're stressed, bored, happy, sad, mad, all of those things, right? But this is where I started. This is my path of least resistance. Okay. So Trio, 3 supplements that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. Everything I talk to you about is about going from insulin resistant to insulin sensitive. Everything. I won't be talking to you about, let's see if I can think of something that would not help with that. I'm not going to talk to you about, oh man, my brain is not like there. I can't think of things that I take because that doesn't count. I can't think of something right off the top of my head. I apologize. I thought I was going to be able to go. Never mind. But everything is insulin resistant to insulin sensitive thought process. So the Trio, this is where I started. Insulin, sugars, liver, metabolism. Insulin, liver, metabolism. Okay. And sugars. Okay. Just so that you understand, that's where I started. Fully supported me. That's called the Trio. Fully supported me in losing 3 sizes in my 50s after my cycle stopped. That's a big deal because it had nothing to do with my age. It had to do with hormones. It had to do with the insulin hormone. It had to do with the fact that your liver is actually your fat metabolizing organ, and that it will also help to regulate your hormones and the glucose in your blood. Like, this is what your liver does. It's a powerhouse organ. It's like really, really tough and strong. Okay. So my site, which is right here, it's on link in the bio. Everything is link in the bio. Okay. Everything is link in the bio. But when you go there, you'll see my picture, and right up at the top, right here, these 4 right there. This is what I'm going to talk to you about right now. There's only 6 products, and there is just only different configurations. Okay. So that's one configuration. That's the first button. Okay. Then I'm going to talk to you about adding in the gut primer, because again, liver. If you don't have a gallbladder, if you have leaky gut, if you have digestive issues, whether it's on one side diarrhea, on another side constipation, you have brain fog, you know your liver is sluggish, you know that you've got to get your system up and running again. This is an actual gastrointestinal primer. It's not just a greens product. There's a big difference in that conversation. You want something that's going to support the healing and the sealing of your gut. Excuse me, my water with my electrolytes. Anyway, so it's greens inside of here, but it's 6 different blends. So it has pre and postbiotics and digestive enzymes and fermented greens, not just regular greens, but they are fermented. And, the alkaline spices. And so it's turmeric-y and gingery, whatever. Okay. So tastes like green tea. I'm not a green tea person, so I put mine in a little bit of cold water in the morning and I froth it up and I drink it like a wellness shot. Okay. Then that's product number 4 out of the 6. Number 5 is the probiotic. This is powder, 5 live strains. If you want the other probiotic, it's a stress one. If you are a high stress person, you have a stressful life, you're living in a stressful environment, you know that that's one of the things that you got to get control of, and you don't want just this powder, you want the pill that is a stress relief. That's another option. But anyway, so gut primer, probiotic, that's 5. And then the last one is the orange pixie stick. Now, a lot of these, I apologize. Well, I don't apologize. I can't fix it. But some of these are not available in Canada. I was just having that conversation this morning with a local Canadian. And so she was like, well, what can I do instead? I can't get the orange pixie stick. And I said, no, it hasn't launched yet. This is out of the sports nutrition line. And it actually is a clinical dose of an extract that targets your visceral fat. So remember, we just got done talking about how your liver becomes insulin resistant first. And when it can't deal with any more sugar, it just turns it into fat inside of your liver. Inside. And then like your other organs and your intestines. And this is like that fat that emits the hormones and the inflammation. So targeting that is like, it makes me happy to know that you're going to do this because you want to lose the inches, but what it's doing to the inside of your body is really, really a good thing. Meg had an MRI after a year of doing this. She did the total body reset now for a year. At the end of the year, her MRI for her fatty liver went from bad to mild. Okay. Doing what the total body reset, but this is targeting the visceral fat that's been created. What else is going to target your visceral fat? You can stop your insulin, you can stop your sugars. What's going to target the visceral fat, right? The option along with that is changing out your diet, right? You have to stop what got you into the pickle. So that's why I talk about grain-free, sugar-free, legume-free, so that you can stop that cycle. So there you go. That's the total body reset. When you're on my site, hold on. I touched my Amazon find or something like that. Here we go. So my face, the 4 different things, trio, the liver reset is 3 of them just for your liver. The gut reset is the primer and the probiotic. And then the total body reset is number 4 right there. Okay. My picture, my before and after, 3 free resources for you right here. 3 free resources. All my contact information is down there so that you don't have to feel Jody. Jody says, I have a confession. I had a Dairy Queen blizzard last night. Jody, you're adorable. I can't wait to meet you in person and hug your neck. If you're from Minnesota, I have a wellness clinic in person this weekend. Will you come and see me if you're in Minnesota? It's Sunday. I would love to host you. And we're doing Root Cause Wellness Clinic. It'll be for a couple hours. Anyway, so that's the total body reset. You should have the carb blocker then, Jody, if you don't have that already. And you know what you should do then? When you do that, now, and I'm not recommending that you do that because for me, that's a super slippery slope. So I don't do that. But when you do, instead of taking 1 of the glucose, take 2. Okay. Take 2 when you're eating. Get that spike to come down. Like get it to, carb blocker will help to stop the spike. The glucose will help to bring down the insulin and the sugar and the sugars and the insulin, for those next couple of hours, like just tamp it. But anyway, I'm just telling you, Bryn, you're going to my website. Oh, you're so welcome, Bryn. I'm just telling you. And listen, just ask me questions, right? Just ask me questions. Yeah, we just had Thanksgiving in Canada. You did use carb blocker. Good girl. Good girl. It's just, it took me a few years to transition my foods. I was very slow. You guys always go much faster than I did. But I will tell you that it matters how you, it matters how you begin to talk to yourself in your brain and how you begin to navigate your social settings. And we'll talk about that maybe more and more as we start to hit towards Christmas time, because that's when I realized it was the hardest because of the food pushers. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, she messaged me and she said, basically, she's from Australia. So I don't know if she's on or not, but she's from Australia. And she said, how do you do it? How do you do it when you go around family gatherings? She said, and if you don't eat the pasta, that's what they talk about, the fact that you're not eating the pasta. And I said, oh, I'm way past that now, because my attitude, I'm super inside of me. I'm not sassy to the person, but inside of me, I'm super sassy. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty much not going to eat for you. I don't eat to make you happy. That's your problem. That's not my problem. So I'm not a people pleaser. I won't be a people pleaser when it comes to my health, when it comes to my ability to play with my grandbabies. You need to be quiet, and you don't push me around about what I'm eating or not eating. None of your business, right? Because I was raised with that. The reason why I'm so sassy inside of me is because I was raised with so many food bullies and food pushers, and I'm not willing to do it anymore. Listen, I wake up with my body tomorrow morning. I wake up with whether or not I ache or don't ache tomorrow morning. You don't. You wake up with whatever you've done to your body. So don't be telling me that I need to, because I was raised that way. Italian, you show respect to the person who made the food. You eat the pasta, you eat the bread. And now I'm like, talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. We won't be having this conversation. And if you cannot find a way to not discuss what I'm eating or not eating, I just won't come. And I don't mean that as like some sort of punishment to you. I just mean like I'll protect my boundaries. Now, it's never gotten to that point for me, but I'm just saying like that's where you have to go to protect yourself. You get one life and you have to live it. Nobody else is going to live it for you, and nobody can. So anybody who's like, oh, come on, just a little bit. Oh, come on. It's all about balance. Oh, come on. That's not sustainable. I don't hear you. La, 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 la. I don't hear you, because I want to wake up and go see my grandbabies. Got to go see my little 3 best boys yesterday. Like, doggone it. That's the best part of my life, right? I want to feel good for them. I want to wake up and not ache. I want to have them sleep over and do all the fun things. And Nona has energy. That's what I want. Anyway. Yeah. As a pastor's wife, it's the same issue. All the great cooks expect us to eat their best dish. Mm-hmm. It's all about them. They don't realize that, but it's all about them and being validated for their own cooking. It's baloney. Nancy says, I'm a vegetarian and vegan due to heart artery blockage. Can protein be obtained from beans and other sources? So this is the deal, Nancy. I am not. Have you ever heard of Maria Emmerich? Emmerich. Maria is a genius when it comes to food ingredient trade outs. And I love her so much because she really helped me. And even she, who is a genius and has taught keto for 30 years, has said, I started to write a vegetarian cookbook one time. She said, it's just too hard because the amount of, for a vegetarian, let's say not vegan, right? But vegetarian, the amount of eggs that a vegetarian would have to eat to get the proper amount of protein that doesn't spike their sugars. So I feel like it's not my wheelhouse, because I will tell you that it is the spiking of your insulin. It is the spiking of your sugars that is calling on insulin, that is creating the inflammation for the arteries that is the problem. And this is not a narrative that we are being taught. And so all I can say to somebody who's a vegetarian or a vegan is you need to go and do your own research, obviously, right? And you probably already have, but I would say go and research people like Dr. Oh, what is his name? He's a heart surgeon. Dr. Phil Ovadia. I think I'm right. Dr. Philip Ovadia. He's a heart surgeon. He's done over 3,000 surgeries on people's hearts. 3,000. And he will tell you they've got it wrong. So you have to go do your own research because obviously you have to be well in your own soul about the decisions that you make. But I don't know how to recommend other than eggs or meat or, full fat yogurt, full fat Greek yogurt. I don't know how to recommend to not spike your sugars and call on insulin over and over and over and over again if you're getting protein from beans and legumes. It's not my wheelhouse and I don't know whose it is. I just haven't, because that wasn't my world. I didn't go search somebody out. Instead, I would do the research, the baseline research from a heart surgeon like that, and find out where that changes in your world. And it's challenging. We're very indoctrinated. It's hard. And I understand. It took me a long time to get my brain to line up. Your why has to be strong. It's the visual in your heart and mind. It is, Marilyn. It is. I know. And it just is. I went on my own journey when I was in my early 50s inside of my head. And I always tell you guys, it was like me and Jesus. It took me 3 to 4 years. I traded out my foods. I asked myself a lot of questions. What do I really like? What do I really want to trade out? Why did I feel stressed about that? Why did I want to eat because I was bored, or, oh, look at that, or whatever it was. I felt like I needed to, I felt deserving. I felt like I should reward myself. And so why am I rewarding myself with sweet potato fries? Why can't I reward myself with something else? And blah, 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 blah. And I did that journey. And I'll tell you, it paid off in spades. And now I have the keys literally forever. Lost the 3 sizes in my 50s, kept it off. Sustainable, 100%. 100%. Because this isn't a prepackaged marketing jazz hands. Look at the pretty colors that we picked to package this whatever weight loss method. No, this is core root cause issue. Elonia says, Jody, thank goodness the DQ near me closed. If you've ever heard my story, my dad literally, that was the joke in our family. Understand, he was an insulin dependent type 2 diabetic, and we never, ever, I honestly don't have a memory of ever passing a Dairy Queen without stopping. Literally ever. Like, we brought it up at his funeral. It was like, that was what we did. We stopped and he got himself a cone. Anyway, okay, so one more time, if you go to my site, if you need information on any of the supplementation I'm talking about, helping you with your liver, your gut, it's so weird. The lighting on that is so off. Your liver, your gut, and your insulin to bring those down so you can actually lose fat, so that you can have a lot of the other testimonies that come with this from you guys, getting off of scripts and having an MRI that shows that your fatty liver went from bad to mild, and losing all the inches from under your bust and your waist and your hips. If you're looking for the different things that we talk about, go there. And at the very top, there's 4 configurations of those 6 products. The total body reset is right there at the bottom. Okay. Just make sure that you register as a customer, because then you can get free shipping and you can partake in the customer campaign, where when you purchase 150 or more 3 months in a row, they erase $75 on that 3rd month. And yes, you can rinse and repeat that. I have customers that are in their 3rd round of doing that, because nobody else is going to, your insurance company isn't going to pay you for getting healthy. Your HSA is not going to pay you for getting healthy. Nobody's interested in helping you get healthy. So you have to do it yourself. So that's a pretty good incentive. 150, 150, 150, and then they erase 75. That's amazing. That's amazing. The Zoom on Saturday was so helpful. I'm so glad, Marilyn, that you liked it. Thank you for saying that. I'm so glad. That was really a beta test. Oh, yes, I can. New York design. Yeah. Kirsten Liebelt. It's my first last name, .com. Kirsten Liebelt, Kirsten, like the American Girl doll, Kirsten Liebelt, Lie, like you lie down, and then you put a belt on your waist, Liebelt, .com. And it is there's a link in the bio on my Instagram for you. Patty says your daughter is going to start. Your daughter's going to start, Patty. She will receive her supplements tomorrow. You're so excited. Patty, what's her name? What's her name? That's terrific. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you let me know because I want to send you a little something, something for that referral. That's very exciting. Did you get that? What something design? I can't read it. Is it NJY design? You tell me. Becky, did she check out as a customer, Patty, or as a guest? I wonder if she's checked out as a guest. I need to go check. I want her to get the customer campaign, but she can't fix it until next month. Yes, you got it. Okay, good. Okay, good. And always reach out to me, like message me in Messenger or in my Instagram DM, etc. If you have questions for me, I'm available because I do want people to actually get what they need and don't get things that you don't need. Okay. So anyway, Patty, I will reach out to you when I get off of here so that we can, I'm going to look and see if I can see her name. Okay. How does that sound? And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you need anything, just let me know. You were at the beach condo and she didn't have good reception. You're at the beach condo, Patty. You're at the beach condo. You're living my best life. I'm in Minnesota. Myrtle Beach sounds really good. Having a beach condo to go to sounds like a really good idea. Anyway, okay. All right. I will go look it up and then I'm going to reach out to you. Okay. So, all right. Everybody have such a great day. And if you need the Total Body Reset on Facebook, you can just put it in the comments and I will get back to you. See you later.